We're live, pal. Welcome to
Go for the Pin Wrestling Review Show.
With your boys, Mikey Q and
King V, aka Ember Moon Knight, aka Michelle McCool Running, aka Summer Ray Charles,
Mikey Q and King V.
King V, what's going on, homie?
Give your energy and feed that vibe into the world.
Mike, you still owe me a chopped cheese.
I mean,
Go for it, kid.
in episode 126 with your boys. First to my left, right?
Wow. Okay. So I'm King V, aka Vince McMahon's very creepy mustache.
And we're also joined by
Your boy DJ Knuckles, I'm in the building, aka I got hit with an auntie lariat yesterday. All right.
Oh, okay. All right. And you're here to talk about it.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. All right. I see you still holding that prediction championship over there. We'll get to that a little bit later.
I am, and I'm scared.
Well,
You should be.
We'll get to that a little bit later. But first, we have a very special guest in the building. We have principal owner, Battle Club Pro. We have co-owner of the Fallout School. And the man that's given me more chances than anybody else in this planet, Joakim Morales, is in the building. It's like some noise.
Thank you, wonderful people. Thank you, wonderful people.
Thank you for being on as always. We got a lot to get to. First off, how you feeling?
I'm great. Just ran home from training. Peña's doing class right now. They're beating the hell out of each other, getting ready for the next two shows. It's always wonderful to be on with you guys. This is the first time I'm on with Knuckles, so what's up, man?
What's up, brother? Man, I haven't seen you since October, man. How you been?
Right.
Oh man. Well, yeah, Knuckles, you gotta get back to New York. This is where it's at right now. We got two huge shows coming up. First, on April 12th, we got Women Crush Wednesday 3. Okay, I remember the first one. I was at the first one. We got Women Crush Wednesday 3. And then we have Annie Up going down April 21st, like a week later. Joe, first of all, what made you do two shows within like a week of each other? Like, what was the thinking behind that?
Gotta try something crazy, man. Sometimes you just gotta go for it. The answer is always no unless you ask. So I was like, it's something. So the truth is, it got a really good reception last year when we did two small shows.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea behind it was like, well, what if we do two larger scale shows? I mean, the price of admission for the women's matches it's justified. $40, it seems like a lot, but like I said, you got Masha, you got Havoc, you got Sumi, you got Miyu, Renee Michelle, like the talent, you get Megan, like you have AEW, you have GCW, you have Impact, $40. And I mean, like, you're right there. That you guys know how intimate the independent shows are.
Oh,
and then the men's shows is just like last year. It's a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're paying the price of admission for Women Crush Wednesday, but now you're getting a bonus show that is being headlined by Steve Peña and Simon Gotch. So it's like,
man,
there's a charge to it, but you're getting something back. Like, it's legit buy one get one free. So I just want to try something different, see how this works out. And I wanted to be able to showcase the icons on their own, and then the Battle Club Pro Superstars on their own.
Definitely. Well, you mentioned Masha, and let's do this a little bit backwards. Everybody likes to, start off with some of the other matches. I want to start right off with this main event match that you have here. I mean, let's put the graphic on the screen here. Again, this is April 12th next week. If you guys don't have your tickets, go get tickets now. We have Masha versus Miyu in the main event. I mean, excuse me, Sumi Sakai. Sorry, Miyu is facing Janai Kai. I was looking at the wrong guy. But yes, that's a great match as well. But so just get into this Masha match real quick. I mean, GCW World Champion. Killing it on Impact right now. Soon to be Knockouts champion, I'm sure. I mean, first of all, how did this match even come to be? Like, how did you even think about booking this match?
It was something that Masha had mentioned a bunch. Like, they just kept missing each other. It just kept missing. Like, oh, I was just there and she's there now. Oh, she's there now. I'm gonna be there. And the opportunity just came. I was like, well, you know, the best part of the WCW shows is that just about everybody's free unless AEW is in town.
Yeah.
And thankfully they were here last night, not next week. So just about everybody's available, and that we were able to swing it. And yeah, you're gonna get the hottest women's wrestler, not contractually obligated to any mainstream forum, in Masha Slamovich versus pro wrestling legend Sumi Sakai.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it's gonna be dope because for Sumi to say that Masha reminds her of a younger version of herself, knowing that they first met when Masha was 15. Like, this is one of those full circle moments, you know. Like, Sumi, she's been very vocal about, you know, once she gets her dream match, she's calling it a day. So she's on her last hurrah, and for us to be able to do this first time ever match with these two insane styles, two incredible athletes, it's going to be so dope to be able to bring that to Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's one of the matches I'm really looking forward to. I mean, it's the main event. It's one of those matches that, well, look, guys, a lot of times I don't even know what I'm doing until I get to the show. So it's one of those things that no matter what I'm doing, I want to go and watch that match. Like, I want to make sure I'm somewhere watching that match because it's going to be spectacular. This is a match you guys don't want to miss. If you are in the New York City area, make sure you get those tickets right now. It's a few tickets left. You still got a few tickets left, you know, so
yeah.
Get them before they sell out, because they will.
Right.
Yeah. As I mentioned before, and guys, if you have anything to say to Joe, you got the legendary Joakim in the building. Feel free. You know, I don't want to hog up all of Joe's time here, but you know, just feel free to step in. But so I mentioned before we have Janai Kai, the Kick Demon, who I'm a huge fan of. I've been a huge fan of Janai Kai. I mean,
she's so
amazing.
Good.
She is
so good.
She is. And you have Miyu, who actually just worked Athena. I think it's airing tonight on Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. How did this happen? I know Miyu's in town, but it's like, wait, what? Like, Miyu's gonna be in Brooklyn wrestling at Battle Cup?
Right. You know, Janai's, I would say, a semi-regular. She's very popular. She's booked everywhere, and rightly so. It was one of those things like, hey, this person's gonna be in the States. Aside from the 4-seam fastball that I'm throwing with Sumi and Masha, like, what else can I do to differentiate? Because if you look at WCW 1, it was during Mania Week, and I really just had the pick of the litter pretty much from who I could choose. And then you see WCW 2 was much more about focusing on the growth of Fallout and, you know, more local talent, showcasing people like Damaris Dawkins, Gia Scott, Masha Slamovich, you know, Edith Surreal. So it was just like, those two are completely different. So how could I continue to make WCW 3 different? And I was like, well, if I headline it with 2 Japanese superstars, one legend and one who's very well on her way to being a legend in Miyu, that would be dope. And so when I reached out to her, I was just pretty much like, who do you want? And she's immediately like, Janai. I was like, all right, well, there you go. I had told, and what was great was I was able to tell Janai, you know, face to face, hey, I want you for WCW 3. She was down, and, you know, there was an original idea. Then I messaged her, say, hey, Miyu requested to work you one-on-one, and she was like, can I please change my plan? Can you please change the plans? Like, I really would. And I was like, absolutely, it's not a problem. We can pivot. It's not a problem. And she's been very excited and constantly like tweeting like I can't wait to work this match in Brooklyn. So yeah, it's just, you got in a mirror of Ante Up, like you have two barn burners, you know, like you got like there's so many great matches, but the Miyu, Janai, and Masha and Sumi are immediately going to be compared to each other because of how stylistically similar they are. And then like you have the mirror when you look at DC and Santi and Pena and Gotch. So it's like on these two completely different shows, you have two matches that are immediately going to be compared to each other because of the parties involved. And again, like if I told you, hey, you could watch these 4 matches, $10 each, equaling $40, I don't think anyone would say no. Like these 4 matches alone are worth $40. You're getting another 12 matches for the cost of admission. Like, and they're all just so different. They're all just so incredible. But yeah, it was just like, you know, I'm much more on the independent circuit. To me, it makes more sense to accommodate your talent than to try to force a narrative, because, you know, if you try to force a narrative and then, you know, let's say Janai gets signed to the E tomorrow, how do I continue a storyline? It's better when the performer's like, oh, I want to do this. The crowd can feel that they want to do this, and then you get that genuine reaction from the crowd. So yeah, it's just like, hey, how can I best accommodate everybody, all parties involved, so that the crowd enjoys it just as much as the competitors.
And you're always so great at like accommodating everybody, whether it's the wrestlers, whether it's the audience. Just, you know, I gotta give you so much credit for that. And Battle Club as a whole. So you mentioned WCW 2, right? And that was Jordy Lee's debut as well. She's on this card as well. So like when you have like a Jordy Lee and a Cosmic, right? Both wrestling on this card, and that you've literally seen, like, you know, really grow over the last year. How does that make you feel, you know, just to see the growth of both of those individuals and everybody that came out of the fallout, really?
It's incredible, man. The mission statement has always been, let's make the fallout the forefront of where the talent that Battle Club utilizes comes from. I feel like far too many places, this is, you know, nothing is particular to anybody, but like everyone's so quick to like, hey, we're gonna open a school, and then you just eat up the tuition money, and the talent goes nowhere. Talent does nothing. Like, what's the point? Like, it's you know, it's a microcosm of kind of like what society is right now. It's like, oh, hey, pay $400,000 to go to college, and there's no guarantee that you're going to get a job in your field. Like, I think that's ass backwards. That's ass backwards. It doesn't work. So when I see the growth of, what was that?
I just got mad again.
when I see the growth of a Jordy Lee, of a Cosmic, Scott Rikins, you know, it makes me feel like, all right, I'm doing something. I tell the trainees all the time, like, you guys give me purpose. Like, I love Battle Club with all my heart. It's my baby. But then to be able to, you know, foster the connection and make it worthwhile, like be the pipeline, be that, like, oh, you know what? Not only are we trying to be the major leagues of independent wrestling in the New York, in the tri-state area, but we've got our own minor league system. We've got our own facility that is providing us talent. Now we will still outreach and utilize talent from all over the Americas, all over the world. But hey, we have these homegrown kids that we're teaching the right way about business, and having them excel is just awesome.
Definitely. I mean, I remember the first time I saw Jordy, I'm like, all right, this girl is going to be a star, you know, and Cosmic as well. Like, you know, definitely. So we mentioned Jordy's in a triple threat.
Yes.
She's facing Rebecca Scott and Nikki Duke. What can you tell us about Rebecca and Nikki?
Nikki is unbelievably athletic. She's just so nimble for her size, and and Rebecca's just a firecracker. Like, what's great about this match is Jordy's actually the biggest competitor, which is never the case because Jordy is tiny. And she's bigger than both these girls. Excuse me, these women. Apologize. She's bigger than both these women. So it's a total change. She's not the underdog. I mean, in terms of experience, they're about the same. They're all about the same level, but she's got the height advantage. Ferocity definitely goes to RJS, and the athleticism goes to Nikki. But what's great is that Nikki's been training with Fallout for a while. This will be her debut for Battle Club, but it's wonderful that she's been training with us. She's been learning with us. And RJS, she drops in, from time to time, so she's picking stuff up. So it's like you're gonna see all their differences, and then you're gonna see the things they do at Fallout where they excel and they're learning. Like you're gonna see that, and it's just gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be like 3 grade A students competing to be valedictorian. Like, it's awesome.
Great analogy. Great analogy. Well, we already talked about Cosmic. She's facing Renee Michelle. So this one is interesting to me. I mean, you've seen Renee Michelle on WWE television. You've seen her at AEW. She's worked at Impact. Like Renee Michelle has been all over. So I'm interested in this one. You said something?
I said, and she should be.
Yeah. And this is for the Icons Championship.
Yep.
Can Cosmic successfully defend her Icons Championship against Renee Michelle? That's the question that we will be asking. But
it's a wonderful question to ask because Renee has just upped her game. They're similar in that sense. Like over, Renee obviously over a longer period of time, 3 or 4 years, has just gotten so much better in ring. Very early on, there was this perception that, she's just, a very pretty girl who got an opportunity for whatever reason, but she's busted her ass. Like, when we spoke, she's like, oh yeah, I spent time with Masha out in Japan. And it's just like, whoa. And a lot of people don't know that. Like,
I didn't know
trained out in Japan for a while.
Wow.
She's very, very good. It's going to be a big challenge. It's not just simply, hey, here's this person who is, all over the internet because of her absolute beauty, but she can go. She's taking it to that. She's taking it to that next level. It's a huge challenge for Cosmic. And just on a personal level, like Renee's always been a very endearing, very welcoming, very sweet person. Always inquiring. Like even when booking opportunities kind of fell through, like, hey, how you guys doing? Let's work something out. I'd love to be there. I love the vibe. And so it's great to finally put her on. She hung out with Janelle. Actually hung out with her, I think, during a Mania thing not too long ago. So when I had proposed, she's like, oh yeah, no, she's great. She's dope. I'd love to have her up. So yeah, it just kind of came together wonderfully.
Nice. Looking forward to that match. Also on the card, well, we have Sammy Chaos versus Jessica Havoc. Man, this is gonna be something. We had Sammy on not too long ago, actually. And she actually mentioned that Havoc was one of her dream opponents. That's the crazy thing. So to see this come out and it's happening, it's like, whoa, all right, well, off to the races here. Speak a little bit on this match here.
Sammy has had her foot on the pedal full throttle over the last 6 to 7 months. All the training she's done with Aaron Ash, all the training she's done at Fallout. She's upped her game. All the training she's done before any of that has happened. A lot of one-on-one sessions with some Haas's, Chris Barton being one of them. Like she's got a lot. She's gotten a lot of tutelage, in similar to Cosmic with like Rembrandt and Santi. A ton of tutelage from people who are legit. And she's just revved it up. And I love the story because it was just like, it kept getting teased. They kept like liking each other's stuff on social media. People kept saying, hey, this is something we want to see. So I just text her, hey, are you ready for that match?
Yeah.
And she's just like, wait, what? Yes. And it's like she didn't realize what I was asking, and then she realized what I asked. She's like, "Yes, I'm ready." I was like, "All right, we're doing it." And Danny had spoken about it on another podcast about how excited she was when she saw the graphic. It was just like, it's wonderful. It's wonderful to see. Havoc has been with us a couple of times. She's awesome, just always awesome. A wealth of knowledge. There's going to be a seminar going on. Any workers in the tri-state area who could make the trip, like, please, I mean, $20 to learn from someone who's been on TV going on 10 years now, like, it doesn't get much better than that. She's pulling the curtain a bit. She's kind of Masha's like wrestling mom, so it's just there's a familial tie to it, and it's just wonderful to see, like, if she's Masha's wrestling mom and now Sammy's learning under Masha, like, hey, what's all going on here? But it's great. It's great. Just again, tying in with Jordy, tying in with Cosmic, like, Sammy's growth is amazing. Amazing. She's deceptively athletic. I actually played her one-on-one in basketball, so she's a lot quicker and stronger than a lot of people realize.
Oh, who got the dub?
Oh, I got the dub, bro. I got the dub.
Oh, man.
Yeah. As much as I love wrestling, I've been playing basketball since like 3 years old.
Oh,
so,
man.
Yeah, this big fat white guy's got a gun. A lot of people don't know.
We got to get a game going in. Right? We got to make it happen. One of these shows, man. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, no, dude, it's awesome, and Jessica's always like, I can't wait to get back. I can't wait to get back. I mean, she's had classics with Harlow, Nick Gage, and Sue Young, and now you're gonna add, Sammy Chaos to that list.
Yeah,
it's so dope, man. It's so dope.
Definitely, that one's gonna be hard hitting. I can't wait to see it. Speaking of hard hitting, we have a triple threat match. Ruthless Lala. Auntie Lala, if you will.
Auntie
Lala, if you will.
Those are it's the best, because it's like she doesn't realize how perfect her timing is. Like, I will be having the worst moment, and then I'll just see nephew in all caps come across my phone, and I'm like, oh, Lala's here to save the day.
Yeah. She's awesome, bro. Like, we love Lala. We love Lala. So she's facing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Respectfully, of course.
Respectfully,
yep.
Respectfully. Yeah, well, respectfully, I don't want to be anywhere near that lariat. Because I know what that lariat do. She's gonna be facing. I don't want to mispronounce this. Kikyo. Okay, Kikyo. Okay. And Ida Cyril.
Yes.
Speak a little bit about this match, and how is this going to play out stylistically? Obviously 3 different styles here, so just speak on that a little bit.
It's Lala's a lot more technically sound than people give her credit, because she's just so used to knocking people's heads off.
Yeah,
you don't see it much, Yeah. Kikyo's got a bit of a rough and rugged style. She's got with that West Coast flavor. It's wonderful. She's someone who we've been back and forth for years, and things just didn't work out up until now. They're kind of parallels of each other, hot sets. It's going to be very interesting to see how this works. It's like, if I could create like a male parallel, it's going to be, Hansen versus Brody versus who would you say is the tallest cruiserweight? Maybe like an Alex Wright, very long, lanky, but can still move incredibly, smooth. Ida's style is great, but she's another one. Like I said, she's had a match with like Darius Carter. She's had matches all across the board. She's had a war with Masha Slamovich, and she's hung in there. So, like, just to see those, you have those 2 powerhouses, and then this just incredibly talented, agile technician in Edith. Like, it's gonna be great, because like normally the powerhouses tower over their opponents, and that's not gonna happen. This one, the powerhouses are actually smaller than the Luchador, who is gonna tower over everybody else.
Yeah. That's gonna be cool. That's gonna be cool. We also have Megan Bain versus Christina Marie.
Yes. This is one of those, Amazon versus Amazon kind of matches. Christina Marie, last year's WCW joined Federated. Been on a tear. Been on a tear since. Glad that she's back. And Megan Bain is just. She's another one. A lot of people might not know this. She's been training with us at Fallout. The size, the power. She's so smooth. It's gonna be wonderful. It's like it's David versus Goliath, but David's just as jacked as Goliath.
Yeah,
It's just the height difference. That's about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that one's gonna be awesome. And the last match that we have here is Demarius Dawkins and Gia Scott. They're gonna be in a tag team match for the CZW Tag Team Championship, held by Jordan Blade and Brooke Valentine. Now the last time I saw Brooke, she got hurt in a match against Main Event. That's the last time I saw her at a Battle Club show. So is she ready? Is she ready to come back? Is she healthy? And just speak to us about this match.
She's definitely ready. She's excited about it. She, after that injury, she took some time off, and then she got herself together. She recuperated. She recovered, and she won gold with Jordan Blade over at CCW. I've been to a few of the shows. I love what they do out there in the South Jersey, Delaware area. That whole crew is just amazing. Marcello, Missy, like they're very welcoming. Nick Shin kind of like helped create this match. Jordan Blade is what more can you say? The submission sniper, like she's just so pinpoint with everything she does. A legit badass. And then on the opposite side, you have Gia Scott and Damaris. Like they're, while not being signed, they are a perfect representation of what ROH provides. Learning from Cheeseburger and Gresham respectively from each of their ends. I will say it till I get blue in the face. Masha Slamovich doesn't compliment people.
Right.
When I saw her backstage, she said that girl can fucking go. You can book me against her anytime. I'm always down. You should try to make her, she should be here as much as possible. Late last year or earlier this year, Gia said, I'd love to come back to my second home, Brooklyn. That makes me feel great. To be able to say, someone from the DMV area feels like Brooklyn's their second home. She was pretty much on every show last year because she's so damn good. So yeah, like it's not an ideal situation because they're not a legitimate team, but if any two female competitors can figure it out on the fly, it's gonna be them.
Yeah, and Damaris, I mean, she's been killing it. Philly girl, I believe. And just been killing it. She's actually somebody that I've tried to get on this podcast. We're gonna make it happen somewhere down the line. We've talked occasionally over the last few months. So that's definitely somebody I would love to have on. Jordan Blade is amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, and was it Jobber Slam that she had to step in against?
That was Black WrestleFest. Black WrestleFest. Yeah.
Okay.
Was it? Wait, hold on. You might be right.
I think it was Jobber Slam.
No. It was Jobber Slam.
No. It was Jobber Slam, right?
No,
it was Black WrestleFest.
Yes.
It was Black WrestleFest because Jobber Slam, Mia and Swole wrestled.
Yes.
Yeah, it was Black WrestleFest. And you know what? You bring that up, and coincidentally, that ended up leading to Lala debuting at Battle Club.
Yeah,
because that slot opened up.
Yeah.
And yeah, bro, it was very last minute. Willow had told me, hey, I got hurt. It was like 3 a.m. She was super apologetic. I was like, hey, I'm not gonna hold it against you. Your body comes first. Your longevity, your career. I'm not gonna get upset. And Jordan stepped up, and they had a killer match. They really did.
Definitely.
And I feel like Jordan she's definitely on the cusp of being that next level competitor all around the world. She's already heavily featured on Women's Wrestling Army. You know, she's just she's become the face of women's wrestling in that DMV area. Yeah, she's just awesome. She's awesome. She's a legit badass, a legit fighter. She trains legit MMA. So when she steps into that ring, it's not just, you know, oh, it's a song and dance. No, she can kick your ass.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm gonna ask, and you know, we are live. You can say as little as or as much as you want to say on this. But we love Big Swole, right?
Yes.
Can we expect to see her back anytime soon? As much as you can say on that situation.
In the ring, maybe not anytime soon.
Okay.
At Battle Club, she will definitely be back sooner than later.
Okay. And that's totally fair. And I appreciate you giving us that much, because a lot of people, you know, they were curious as to, you know, what happened. She was supposed to be at the anniversary show back in October. You know, things had to be changed there. And, you know, a lot of people have been asking, you know, just hopefully she's okay. And, you know, we wish Swole the best in everything she does. So
she's doing much better now. I randomly hit her up and let her know how much I appreciate her. And she's always receptive and just as warm back. It's one of those situations where the person has to come before the performer. She recognized that. Her family recognized that, and I understood that. She's always welcome back. You know, she's family. She's carried us through the pandemic. And she's made it very clear that she didn't lose the belt. She didn't lose the belt.
Yeah.
So when she's ready, she's coming back for her baby.
Okay. And we can't wait. And also I can't wait for WCW 3 next Wednesday. Make sure, again, get those tickets. brownpapertickets.com. If you don't have them already, brownpapertickets.com, type in Battle Club, it will come up. We got to get to the second show real quick, and then we will let Joe's like on a media run here.
Mike,
yes,
I have one question. I have one question for Joe as far as the WCW show. Outside of the main event, with Masha, what in your opinion is going to be that show stealer match?
I think the obvious choice is Janai and Miyu, because their match is gonna look more like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct than a wrestling match. Or maybe, you know what, probably even Tekken, because they have a whole grappling system. So yeah, it's gonna look a little like a Tekken fight than an actual regular wrestling match. Outside of that one, I think Sammy has so much to prove in this, because to get your dream match inside of a year is a lot. It's a lot to have on your shoulders. She's been prepping like crazy at Fallout. And you know, this is just, it's not wishful thinking. It's just me putting it out in the universe. The Death Dolls just lost a member. What better way to prove that you could fill in a role than to take that leader on straight up in a match? So this can parlay itself into something even infinitely bigger for Sammy, who would fit perfectly in that role if they decide to pull the trigger. You know, Scott D'Amore or whoever else is running Impact over there. There's I don't think there's literally any better fit for the Death Dolls to have a new member. So let's see. And if you're gonna take that one out the picture, I think Cosmic has proven, whether it's a guy or a girl, she can hang. She's got a lot to prove against Renee Michelle, and I think Renee Michelle has a lot to prove to our audience to continue to showcase everything she's got. But Jordy is stepping out on her own in a triple threat match. Something she's never really done. she's kind of venturing out to discover herself.
Mm-hmm.
I think the show stealer. I think she could be the show stealer. I think every competitor on this card has the ability to main event wherever they are, but I think she's got a chip on her shoulder. When you get people who very incorrectly say she's just a valet or candy for the audience to look at. Like, no, she can fight.
Yeah.
She, when she started Fallout, she was working full time, going to school full time, training MMA full time, and training wrestling full time.
Mm-hmm.
Who else can say that? I'm busy nonstop, and I felt like I wasn't doing anything in comparison to her. So she has a ton to prove. I think she can quietly be a show stealer. I think that triple threat is going to be something that the crowd really needs to pay attention to.
Nice, great question. Great question. All right, we do got to get to Annie up. So, and anytime I hear Annie up, I think of MOP now. Just that might be the Brooklyn in me. But yeah, right. So great card here. Let's just pull this up. And you said this is like just in addition to Women Crush Wednesday.
It's a bonus. It's a bonus.
But this one, it's like by itself is a great card. It's worth the $40 for one show. So right in the middle here, let's go to the franchise championship. Yaya is defending against Tyree Taylor. Now, love Yaya. Incredible. The things I've seen Yaya do in that ring, incredible. I don't know too much about Tyree Taylor. So can you just tell us a little bit about Tyree Taylor and and what can we expect from this match here for the franchise championship?
Tyree is the big brother that you don't want to go home to and tell him you lost the fight. Because he's going to go beat the bully up, then come home and then beat your ass for losing the fight, and then make you go fight the bully again. He's been doing this going on 10 years, all up and down the East Coast, featured on Beyond, featured on Chaotic. Tyree's just, a lot of people don't see him as anything more than just another Haas, but he is much more than that. Like, he's had fights with Pena over at Pro Wrestling Magic. He showed why Prolific should have been in that ring with Shane Taylor Promotions at Jobber Slam 1. Like, you talk about a guy that you can trust, that you can, allow you to lead into the promised land, to that next level, to that next, step in your career. Like, Tyree's that dude. Tyree is that dude. He's just that dude from Brooklyn. Like, he's it's hard to come into more words than, like, Tyree's almost exactly the person you think of when you hear Annie Up.
Okay.
Like, you hear Annie Up, and you see Tyree, it's like, there you go. That's what I mean.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that. Yaya actually just beat Big Cuzzo to win the franchise championship back in January. So this will be interesting. This is Yaya's first franchise title defense, I believe, right? So
yes, it is.
Looking forward to that one.
Also reigniting that Jobber Tier South Prolific beef.
Great segue. So Jobber Tier South will be facing Team Fallout. Prolific is also on the card, but so what can you tell us about Team Fallout versus Jobber Tier South? I see right at the front there, as we put the graphic up, Mike Law, who didn't seem too happy with you at the last show back in January. So What can you tell us about this match here?
So there was a pretty heated discussion had afterwards at the next training session when Coach was there. He felt, after the heated discussion, some time went by, and then there was another discussion had, and it was like, okay, I've been told that I stole opportunities from students. So you know what? Let me bring in two of our best students, and let us have a match to show that we are one cohesive unit. We're together. And Jobber Tier South, Janelle's she's a co-owner at Battle Club. She's on the Jobber Tiers podcast. They're family practically. Mike, Zuka, Rayhan. So it was just one of those things. We can have another clash of styles. Zuka being he's an '80s wrestler in the 2020s. Mike is just kind of a powerhouse, but he is technically a cruiserweight. And then Rayhan is a legitimate giant. And then you got Law, who's got 20 years of experience. Not many better people. Doesn't make sense why he's not signed somewhere, at least as an agent. The dude's mind for the game is just amazing. You got the captain of Fallout, and you've got Cuzzo, two guys who have just raised their stock ever since being part of us. Cuzzo's never been better. And Gamble has been knocking people silly since getting opportunity after opportunity once he joined the Fallout.
Yeah. And it's funny because yes, I'll pull the curtain back a little bit with Gamble. So me and Gamble are really cool, right? And I talk to Gamble a lot, and it's like, as a fan of Gamble, right? You see him come so close so many times, and a lot of those times he's fallen short in the past, right? He's gotten a lot of big opportunities, but it's like, he'll lose in the end. And it's just like, all right, you want that big win for Gamble, and with this match, I think Gamble's going to really be able to show what he can do. For the people that's not familiar with Gamble, I think that this match is going to be something. I feel like it's going to be a match that everybody will get to know why he is the captain, and they'll be able to see what Gamble can do. Cuzzo's amazing. Mike Law, like you said, 20 years of experience. Love to have Mike on whenever we get a chance. I always wanted to talk to Mike Law on here. So this match is gonna be something.
It's another style, clash of styles. And it's like Cuzzo kind of has something to prove against Jobber Tier South, because, like you said, he faced Yaya in that championship match, and Yaya won. So it's like, okay, he's kind of got a claw back, and it's an opportunity against a fellow Jobber Tier South member in Rayon, Movie Mike, and Zuka King.
Definitely. Okay. Well,
and Mr. Black is not in that match, correct?
So, I'm glad you brought that up. Mr. Black has been. I pulled him to the side and I looked him face to face, and I said, "Dude, you can't be pulling none of that shit anymore. If you do, you will no longer be allowed to rep a Battle Club." And he goes, "Okay." He gave me his word. No more shenanigans. No more BS. So it's on him now.
It was the Jobber Tier screw job.
Happens. I mean that was crazy, but yeah, he knows he can't do that anymore. I get it. You wanna help your homies out, but it's like you gotta be professional. He did the screw job with Jobber Tiers. And Prolific. He did the screw job with Simon Miller and Sir Wilkins.
Oh man,
he's trying to be this generation's Nick Patrick. And I told him, you gotta bring it back, brother. You gotta bring it back. You can't do that, dude. You can't do that. If you're screwing people left and right, nobody's gonna want to book you.
Right. Yeah, there's a certain member of this podcast that really wasn't happy about that, but I'm gonna.
It was Knuckles, Joe. It was Knuckles.
I look, man. I sat there in disbelief. I'm like, he's doing this shit again. You gotta be kidding me. So,
oh man,
but the wonderful thing is, right? The wonderful thing is, Simon wants a rematch. And Simon's gonna get a rematch, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen at Jobber Slam 3.
Woo! Oh, I'm there. I'm there.
All right. Wow. Okay. So Jobber Slam 3. Oh, V, go ahead. V's very curious as to something about Jobber Slam. So V, go ahead.
So, when will Jobber Slam 3 will we have it?
July 29th.
Oh.
Wait.
July 29th. Did we just break that here on Go Over the Pen?
No, you didn't, because Wilkins tweeted today a face-off picture with him and Simon, and he dated it July 29th. So he was the first one to drop the official date for Jobber Slam 3. But
take it.
July 29th.
We'll take it. We'll take credit for it.
There you go. Take credit for it. On the Battle Club side, you have the breaking news.
There it is, everybody. There it is, July 29th. So make sure that you guys stay tuned for all the information on Jobber Slam 3.
Yep.
But before Jobber Slam 3, what was that, V?
I said we'll break it when we get information, but just know somebody's coming home for that.
There you go.
There you go.
Nice.
Okay. we got to keep this card going here. All right. So, we spoke about Mike Law. He actually just lost the Battleweight Championship. And our new champion, Joseph Alexander, will be facing Dominic De Niro. A-game, Joseph Alexander. What can you speak about on this match? This championship is on the line. What do you have to say about that match?
I liken this to Angle versus Dynamite Kid because you know the other person you really can't say. But it's this is the definition of what the Nemesis division was supposed to be. Our version of cruiserweights, we call them battleweights. The guys that might be on the smaller side but can go with anyone. Dom doesn't do anything half-ass. Everything from his handshake to the way he talks is overly aggressive.
Yep.
And A-game is just as smooth. I mean, Dom's been doing this a lot longer than A-game professionally, but you know, Joseph Alexander has 16 years now of amateur style wrestling, and the kid's not even 25 yet. Like,
wow.
Almost 80% of his life he's been wrestling.
Yeah. So,
yeah, it's as close to that comparison as you could get. You know, Dom's the guy that, you know, when sanitation comes to collect and you don't pay, Dom's the guy they call to break some thumbs to make sure that payment goes through.
Gotcha.
And then, you know, A-game has busted his ass, and he's killing it. Standout from T2T. Yeah, I believe he's doing a lot of great work at Grind. I think that Necklace Championship is from Paradigm, I believe. I'm pretty sure he won it from Hoodfoot. The dude is just all over the place, just killing it, man.
Yeah.
I took a liking to him immediately. From day one, he was very trusting. He's like, do whatever you want. I got you. Whatever you need from me, I'll do. And he's just delivered. And very similar to Gamble. He's just kept coming up short, kept coming up short, kept coming short. And then he got that humongous victory in front of the entire wrestling club, in front of his mom. It was such an emotional moment. You know, the disbelief in his eyes when Abe tapped out was just as genuine as it gets.
Yeah, 150%. And I'll leave that there. It's a genuine moment. Okay, we have a survival to fittest match. Of course, this is a Battle Club specialty here. So Matt Awesome, who you've publicly have said, you know, you wanted to see more out of Matt Awesome, and he gave it to you. You know, Matt Awesome's in the match. Nimrod's in the match. I thought he retired, but I guess not. Prince Ahmed is in the match also. And let's see. Oh, I have to like squint. I'm old, guys. Miles Hawkins is in the match, and I cannot see this list.
Miami Mike.
Okay, Miami Mike.
Yes.
So I'm familiar with Prince Ahmed, Nimrod, and Matt Awesome. Miles and Miami Mike, not that familiar with. I believe I saw Miles work before. I don't think I've seen Miami Mike. So can you just speak a little bit about that match?
Miles is unbelievably athletic. He's he's very handsome man. I saw him work out at PPW. I was impressed in that moment. If we didn't have to run, I wanted to sit back and talk to him.
Yeah.
But afterwards, I had messaged him. I was like, "Yo, dude, I was impressed with what I saw. I legit scouted you." He felt honored. He was like, "Oh, wow, I didn't even realize what that was happening." So we had him at Jobber Slam. He was a standout in that battle royal. And I asked him, I was like, "Yo, dude, who do you think would fit our mold? Who do you think would be worth driving up for this opportunity?" He said, "Miami Mike." So I trusted him. From what I understand, Miami Mike's been making his rounds. I believe he's been working a lot with CZW out in that Maryland area. I think he was just recently at that Ridgefield Park building. I don't know which company. So there's that. When I look at this match, to me, it's like it's high school.
Yeah.
It's you got the Puerto Rican dude that's always late because he has to get his chopped cheese first thing in the morning, or his bacon, egg, and cheese in the morning. You have the over the top eccentric guy in Nimrod, who's like everyone's like, "Yo, what is this dude?" You got the the semi goth. Nobody wants to mess with him because they're scary person in Prince Ahmed. You got the jock. You got the jock in Miami Mike. He's got the look, the physique. He's obviously the athlete. And then you got, Mr. Popular, Miles Hawkins.
Yeah.
And then you add all of that together, and then there's still a mystery opponent.
Yeah.
Or opponents that you don't know are coming. It's the whole point of the survival of the fittest. It's to test, their mettle, to see who can outlast everyone. It was a concept that I thought of. This is a lot of us from the New York area, and just a lot of those who grew up urban, to be politically correct. You got to get creative and you got to get inventive with what little means you have. And it's just like, how can I create a match that encompasses stuff without having to have a structure? Well, let's do this. So you just kind of combine all the cool things together. And it's been a hit. The first ever Survival of the Fittest was Steve Pena made his debut in the first ever Survival of the Fittest.
Yeah.
And since that, like you've seen, he's become the guy.
I know. Can't get the guy on the phone anymore. So busy.
Yeah, right. It's 1 and 1A when it comes to championships. It's like they're interchangeable. The two top titles, that's what they are. It's not, the franchise is the world title and then the 5 points. No, it's more like you have the WWE and the world heavyweight. Like they're even, and it's because Steve has just killed it. He's been killing it. So you see where his career has taken from. Let's just take a look. So Pena debuted in Survival of the Fittest. We see where he is now. Cosmic won her title shot in Survival of the Fittest. She's the Icons champion.
Yep.
Rembrandt won his Survival of the Fittest match by whatever means he did. He's now holding gold. Yaya won that Survival of the Fittest match. He's now the franchise champion. So it works out. It makes sense. It's a great concept, and that's how you get the most eclectic styles in a match, and you see what can happen. It's been magic almost every single time.
Definitely. So that's gonna be something. I can only speculate on who that mystery opponent or opponents will be, but just gotta get those tickets to see who it's gonna be. And that's April 21st, everybody. So couple of more matches we have to talk about here. We have Prolific taking on the Scotta Ricans. I've been waiting for this match, but Joe, I'll let you take it away.
This is a wrestling Subway Series match. This is Brooklyn versus the Bronx. This is as close as you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? I said it the other night, but it's true. Like, you know, whether it's, you know, Webster houses,
Pink houses in Brooklyn.
Yeah, no. Well, we're talking about Bronx now, so you know, whether it's Webster or Butler houses in the Bronx, that's you know, you get that hood from Dave Rivera, and then you know, you go to like the Burnside or the Throgsneck area where you got the little more Italian flavor. I mean, that's where, you know, KJ kind of fits in there. So like, they're definitely Bronx, you know, representation. And then it doesn't get any more Brooklyn than Isaiah Wolf and Marcus Marquis. Like, they're just Prolific is Brooklyn. You know, it's their handle, their unit, their stable handle on IG is Prolific BQE, because that's it. That's what they are. You know, like they are as Brooklyn as it gets. So yeah, this is our version of a Subway Series, and it's dope. It's dope because it's for some reason it's my favorite graphic, because it's like, if you, again, it's similar to when you hear Annie Up, you think of someone like Tyree or someone like Payne, just hard hitting monsters. But it's just like, if you wanted to encapsulate a Brooklyn versus Bronx kind of graphic, it's Prolific versus the Scotta Ricans.
Definitely. Definitely. I'm gonna need a chopped cheese for that one. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Oh man. Looking forward to that one. I'm looking forward to all of these matches, honestly. So we have main event versus Federated in a rematch for the Battle Club Tag Team Championships. And I say that because Federated has just pissed me off for months. Everybody knows that I'm not fond of Abe Khan. He's crashed this show many, many times, and I'm sick of it. He's disrespected V. Okay, he's disrespected Knuckles. He's disrespected you, Joe. All right, he's but he's good. He's really good, and I think that's the problem.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Like, go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
It's frustrating. It's like, he's like the bad boy, but it's weird because he's not quite a bad boy, but it's just like, when you're so gifted, you get away with more. That's just the way it is, you know.
Yeah.
You know, the handsome guy is always going to be able to talk to whoever he wants because he's the handsome guy, and that's what Abe is. You know, Abe is, you know, he calls himself virtuous. I don't think anything he's done has been virtuous.
No.
I like to call, you know, Rembrandt and Abe Khan the misfit children of Mr. Martinez, because that's what it looks like.
Yeah,
it looks like the rich dad had two kids who are completely opposite of each other, and they're somehow both his. But they're incredibly talented.
Main event got screwed in that tag team match, man. I mean, for the titles, that was just
I want to know how much money was in that envelope. Because to pay off a legend like John Davis, who started at early ROH, and then the living kaiju that is O'Shea Edwards, who's literally, his only objective is to collect championships. Like, I could only imagine the dollar amount that they were able to convince them for. And Main Event have made themselves very clear. They want their titles back, but they want revenge on Federated.
Of course.
And whether it's Rembrandt and Abe or whether it's John and O'Shea, they want to get their licks back in, because, you know, I think we'll see on the 21st, but I think if it was a straight up match, I think the seasoned team would have won. I think Midas and Jay would have beaten Rembrandt and Abe. The story might have been different if it was what the original match was, you know, advertised. But you know, Abe was very advantageous and decided not to wait too long to cash in his championship opportunity.
Yeah,
and he kept throwing curveballs. Like, as much as I don't like how they did their things or how they go about their business, he totally just threw his scent off. Like no one would have ever thought in a million years. He's teased cashing in on Pena. He teased cashing in on Cosmic.
Yep.
You know, he was out there when Pena relinquished the franchise title. So like he teased every single championship, and then went and became tag champs. Like, it was so out of nowhere. That's the business acumen of someone like Mr. Martinez. They're playing 4D chess while a lot of us are still struggling to put on sneakers to play basketball.
Yeah, true. I hope that eventually they get what's coming to them. I mean, this can't continue. All right, and I hope Main Event get their titles back. And that's not even me just being biased against Federated because I know how good they are, but Main Event, I know how good they are at. So I really hope that Federated gets what's coming to them. And if you guys want to see Federated get what's coming to them, make sure that you guys get your tickets right now for April 21st. Well, for both shows, right?
Yeah, this Ante Up is free. It's a free show you get to attend when you buy a ticket to WCW. People have asked, "Oh, can I buy a ticket for one show?" I mean, you don't have to go to Ante Up, but the cost of WCW is what it is. And again, it's still. If I told you, "Hey, you're going to see a wrestler from Japan. You're going to see a pro wrestling legend. You're going to see 3 women who are contracted on television. You're going to see up and coming talent from the Northeast. You're going to see talent from the West Coast." How people the nosebleeds in the WWE after all the all the fees and taxes and everything come out to $40.
Yeah,
you're
if
getting
not more.
This, and you're going to be 10, 15 feet away. You're going to be able to speak to these incredible women. And as a bonus, you have a ridiculous card. I'm not trying to be boastful, but like these 2 cards, 16 matches, completely different up and down the card.
Yep.
And you're getting something from everything. You're seeing a true representation of New York, of the Northeast, of the South, of the West Coast, of mainstream wrestling, of underground wrestling, of the Fallout Shelter, of Battle Club, pro regulars. Like this is all encompassing. And dude, $40 barely buys you lunch now. I'm telling you, you're going to get 16 unique matches with 16 different styles up and down when it comes to the matches themselves. It's a steal. It's a steal.
Definitely. Well, somebody that feels like a championship was stolen from them is Darius Carter because he feels he didn't tap out and that he didn't get pinned by Steve Pena at the last show, even though we all saw him go to sleep. Darius Carter will be facing Coach Jorge Santi in a singles match. This is going to be something. Darius Carter, as much as I can't stand him personally, is an incredible talent, an incredible wrestler, and Coach Santi is amazing. I mean, he's coach at the Fallout. So I mean, what do you have to say about this, Joe?
The match got put together, and it literally is a case of to liken it to sports. Would the Rockets have won those 2 titles if Jordan didn't retire?
Ooh,
good point.
So would and this is taking nothing from Darius. This is taking nothing away from Darius. I've told him 1.5 million times. I recognize he is the ace of Battle Club. He's day 1 Battle Club. There is nobody better in the Northeast.
Yeah.
But if you know independent wrestling in this area, there was nobody better than Jorge Santi. It was criminal when he decided to walk away in 2017, 2018. He got the itch and came back as part of Fallout, and he has shown why there was nobody better than him in those years preceding his, retirement or semi-retirement. So would DC have been afforded all these incredible opportunities all across these companies if Santi was still around? Now, no one can touch DC on the mic. Nobody. He has a vocabulary that exceeds most people's, more than most people's net worth, most people's time spent at the job per year. Like the man's mind in terms of being on the mic is just untouchable.
Yeah.
But in that ring, every time Santi wrestles, everyone goes, "Oh."
Yep.
You don't get that a lot. I'm blessed to say he's part of the Battle Club Fallout family, so you do see it at Battle Club. But man, these two people, these two competitors, it's I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again. It's Backlund Bockwinkel.
Yeah.
It's Steamboat and Savage. It is it's Flair and I don't want to say Surfer's thing. It's Flair and Hart. It's those comparisons, and we're again in Brooklyn. It's just who's actually better. It's who's better. Like Santi calls himself the inner city king, and it's got nothing to do with being majestic or royal. It's just like no, he's that good that he is the king of this area. And the Allfather, he's wrestling Rich's prize. So is the treasure or the treasurer going to come out on top?
And I'm sure DC feels like he has a lot to prove after the match with Pena, since he did not, walk away with the 5 Points Championship. So, and speaking of the 5 Points Championship, we have the main event. We have Steve Pena defending the 5 Points Championship against Simon Gotch. Wow. Like, wow.
When Gotch got signed to Noah and started doing all that stuff with Noah, it was incredible to watch.
Yeah.
Just the beatings that he would dish out, regardless of the opponent. And it was literally Pena going, "That's who I need to wrestle. That's who I need." And it was a situation where he needed to test himself. Like that match, that was the match for Pena. Like, yes, he had a banger with Q. He had a banger with O'Shea. He's continuously come out on top. He's wrestled, Flip Gordon. He's an amazing match. Oh my God! Once this first Battle Club X episode drops, he wrestles Prince Ahmed. That match was jaw dropping. Pena has raised his stock to the point where he feels he needs to start going with those guys that make people question if this is a shoot or a work.
Yeah.
And that's what Gotch is. Gotch is, I'm going to beat you up and I'm going to make you feel bad about it. So yeah, this is like, I need this fight. I need this fight. That's what he said to me. He's been saying it to me for months. I need this fight. I need this fight. I need this fight. And he's got it now. And it's probably his biggest defense up to date. And it's a tall order.
Yeah. I mean, Simon Gotch has been everywhere, and that's what a main event, man. Like that's incredible.
That's what I was just saying. Like if the card was just called, let's say it wasn't WCW, it's just called Annie Up, and it's like, oh, I'm only doing 4 matches: Sumi Masha, Miyu, Janai, Gotch Pena, DC, and Santi. They'd be like, oh yeah, I'll pay $40 for that.
Oh yeah, gladly.
You're getting that, and then 12 more matches that include Renee Michelle, that include Jessica Havoc, that include Prolific, the Scottaricans, Big Cuzzo, Mike Law. Like the talent is just unbelievable. Yeah. If you break it down, we're gonna do math here. If you break it down, that's what? It's $5 a match, right?
Yeah,
$5 a match.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
I know.
Nuts.
Wow. That's incredible. Well, like I said, we've been pushing it all night. We were promoting it all night, and we only promote and push things that we really believe in on the show. We believe in Battle Club. We believe in the Fallout. Always have, always will. We're so appreciative of you, Joe. I know you give everybody else their praises and their flowers, but we have to give you your flowers and your appreciation because we appreciate everything that you're doing, not just for Northeast Wrestling, but for wrestling, and not just for wrestling, for people's lives in general, like literally. And, I have no problem telling you publicly and privately, you changed my life. So I want to thank you for everything that you've done for me personally, and my family included. So just thank you.
Thank you, dude. It's. I love it. I love to do it. I feel as if like my purpose is to just help people as much as I can. This past weekend was this past weekend was humongous in the wrestling world. And just watching everything going on for WrestleMania week in terms of the independence, and then WrestleMania itself was just incredible.
Yeah.
Dude, like I've said it before, like I wanted Christian Casanova, the now Carmelo Hayes, to be in that championship tournament.
Yep.
He was signed before I was able to book him for it, and now he's NXT champion.
Yeah.
William Regal signed Indy Hartwell at WCW 1, and she is now the women's NXT champion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what I want. I want to be able to say, like, hey, someone from Impact scouted Sammy with her match against Jessica. Now Sammy's signed. Mm-hmm. Someone at AEW decided they were going to scout Renee and Cosmic's match, and now Cosmic's signed. Someone at WWE decided, hey, we want some flair, some flavor that we don't necessarily have right now, and Jordy gets signed. Like, that is my whole mission statement is about getting people that generational wealth up until I can sign people to contracts for Battle Club. Like, you don't have to worry. You can still do your indie stuff. You can do whatever you want and still work for Battle Club under contract. Until I can make that happen, like, I'm going to do everything I can for everyone else to be successful. So I really appreciate the kind words, man. But like, my mission's far from done. And until everyone I believe in is signed, man, I'm just going to keep hustling.
Definitely. Guys, y'all have anything for Joe before we let him go? We've held him here too long. You're welcome to stay as long as you want, but
I'm fine. I love being on with you guys.
And we love having you. Guys.
I don't have anything, Joe. You have a great night.
Knuckles. Knuckles is battling. So just to let y'all know, like, it's not that he's not happy to be here. He's battling a cold right now. So, but he still wanted to be on. We had Joe in the building, so he wanted to be on here. So it's not that he's not interested. It's just he's dying here. I know how that feels because when Swole was on, I literally had COVID and I said no. And V asked me if I wanted to like postpone it, and I'm like, no, there's no way that I'm missing this show. So I'm like, nah. So I get it. I totally understand that.
I appreciate your hustle, Nux, man. It's a lot. It's a lot. Trust me. I've been, the IFC Fallout. The IFC Fallout show that we had on the 30th of December last year.
Yeah.
It was very emotional for me. Legitimate as I was walking to, so we, for those of you who don't know, we moved originally fall. I was at Long Island City. We moved to Brooklyn now. So I was literally walking out of my bedroom door to go pick up the truck to move the ring to then go do the show in Jersey. And my mom had told me I lost my uncle. So I know how difficult it is to just muscle up and say, yo, it's got to get done. It's got to get done. I can focus on myself later. So yeah, when you do things, and I've told you guys this, like, you guys are the epitome of what we're trying to do at Battle Club. You're doing it for podcasting. Just like True Heels, just like Jobber Tears, just like, Gigi does, the Knucklehead Networks. I mean, all the guys we're affiliated with, Dirty Heels, THWF, all these wonderful platforms and podcasts. Like, minorities belong in the wrestling world. We drive the wrestling world. I don't care what anybody says. So it's wonderful, and you guys deserve to be acknowledged when you muscle through, when whether it's cold or COVID, life don't stop for nobody. So when you play through the pain, man, it's humbling. It's well noted, and I appreciate it. So thank you guys. Nux, man, it was great to finally get on one of these with you, man.
It was good.
And if you can bring that cold to Brooklyn and maybe cough on Abe Khan or Rim before but yeah, man.
I'll hold some Flemicide, especially.
There you go.
I saw you that day. I was with you that day and didn't even know that.
Dude, it was
of the show.
Yeah,
so, it was, our condolences, man. I had no idea. But Joe, thank you. We will see you. Well, I'll see you on Wednesday. And Annie up. Make sure you guys get your tickets right now.
Get your tickets. They're starting to fly. And once people got through Mania, they're like, all right, I'm gonna go to this show. Like I'm happy things are really picking up right now. So there's limited seating available. At the last one, we ran out of chairs. We had to go throughout the whole building to find chairs to sit people.
Bro,
that was amazing.
That's a great point, because when I came in October, I got my chair taken. I was upset. I was just sitting right there, and now my chair's not there.
So yeah, make sure you get your tickets and secure yourself a seat, man, because we're gonna ramp it up. Like Battle Club X is coming. I'm gonna be dropping the trailer for that. And like I mentioned earlier, the main event of episode 1 is Ahmed versus Pena, and that is a classic.
I can't wait. I wasn't there.
We've got Black WrestleFest 2 coming up, Jobber Slam 3 coming up, our anniversary coming up. At some point this year, we're gonna go back home and do a show in the Bronx. I'm trying my best to start outsourcing and going to other states. I've gotten a ton of inquiries, email. If anybody's seeing this, you haven't got an answer in a few weeks or a month or so on that BCP book Gmail. I'm just trying to get through everything in terms of Battle Club X before I start bringing people up. But there's a lot coming from there's a lot coming from us, and a lot going on. I really I want, when you think of independent professional wrestling in the New York City area, I want Battle Club to be the first name you think of. We don't want to discredit anybody who's been around. Obviously, Hog has got a stranglehold. This is their city, and that's fine. I have no problems using their talent. Main Event was our second tag team champions, and they've trained there. So Red's doing amazing stuff with his students. But when you want to be the guy, when you want to be the brand, you just gotta keep working. So there's a ton of stuff coming from us. If you're interested in becoming a wrestler, a referee, a manager, join the Fallout, man. We're doing everything we can to make sure those dreams come true. And before I go, again, support these wonderful podcasts. Go for the Pin, Jobber Tears, True Heels. The list goes on and on. Dirty Heels. Black WrestleFest is coming on. We're gonna have Wrestling Run was at Black WrestleFest 1. There's just so many wonderful things. The Hardy Wrestling Podcast. Just so many beautiful and amazing and genuine content creators. Go follow them and stick with Go for the Pin. Again, V, Mike, Nux, I love what you guys do. Very poignant, very entertaining conversation, whether it's indies or mainstream wrestling. Yeah, man. Thank you guys for being so supportive and so helpful, and continuing to give us a platform to just try to make everybody's dreams come true.
Thank you, Joe. See you soon.
Yes, sir.
Everybody, Joakim Morales, Battle Club Pro. Let's clap it up real quick. Have a good night.
Oh my God.
See you, Joe.
Have a good night, guys.
Later, man. Everybody, Joakim. Wow. We can't top that.
Have a good night.
All right, Joe.
All right, man.
So, ladies and gentlemen, get your tickets right now. You don't want to miss this. 2 amazing shows for the price of 1. So make sure that you get your tickets right now. Okay, let's get right into it. WrestleMania was this past weekend, 2 nights. We're gonna try to run through this as quickly as we can. Okay, Well, before we get there, NXT also happened. As Joe actually said, Carmelo Hayes is the new NXT champion. Indy Hartwell is the new NXT Women's Champion. Indy successfully defended her title this past week on NXT television. What else happened? Basically, everybody else retained. Or no, Kiana and Fallon lost the tag team titles to Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Chase U won, Gargano won. I'm running through it so that we can just go through the results after. Gargano won. I think that and Wesley is still the North American champion.
Yep.
Okay. That is the card.
Gallus Boys on top.
Gallus Boys on top, of course. Okay, Knuckles, how did we do on those predictions, and anything that y'all specifically want to say about any specific match, please do. But yeah, how did we do on NXT?
Well, before you do that, I just want to say congratulations, Indy Hartwell.
Yeah, congratulations,
absolutely.
Indy. Congratulations to Indy Hartwell.
So shouts me for Loki not particularly predicting that, but stating that it could probably happen.
Yeah, you did.
Love it. I hope that she gets a reign that she will enjoy. And yeah, love Indy Hartwell over here. And of course, I'm going to see everything. When Indy officially won, you see the shots of all the women on the floor. You see Roxanne smiling.
Yeah.
So it was just.
Actually saw something similar like that at WrestleMania, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay. Knuckles, how are we doing that, and what did you think of the pay-per-view as a whole?
The pay-per-view was dope. That North American Championship match was obviously the stealer of the night.
Yeah.
That match was bananas. It was crazy. A couple of these matches I kind of shaky on the outcome, but when you're building story, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So
yeah.
Having said that, the results of this, and just to make it really quick, Mike, me and you got beat in his first week back.
Oh, wow.
In his first week back from hiatus, King V wins the Go for the Pin Predictions Championship.
I'll clap it up for my brother.
So what I will do is I will take this, and I will pass it.
You got it
here.
I'll take it for. Oh, he got it. Yep, he got it.
Pass it over here.
It's down there somewhere. I got it. Yep.
Yeah, it's down there somewhere.
Down where? Down. So, all right.
Don't stop it.
All right. Well, V, congratulations. Let's see how long this lasts here.
Oh wow.
Let's go to WrestleMania. All right. So night one of WrestleMania. Of course, this isn't in order. I'm sorry, V.
We didn't rate it.
Oh yeah, you're right. This is Go for the Pin, right? We should rate it.
Right.
That would be smart. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really solid show.
Yeah.
I'm going there for.
Keep that up there. I agree.
Yep.
Boom. Boom.
I love the Chase U match where you
Chase U. Why was it on the pre-show?
I have no idea.
I thought that it was main card.
Where else to be? Shut up. Shut up.
Chase U.
That match should have definitely been on the main card. That was a great match.
I thought it was gonna be on the main card.
Right.
All right. Okay, let's get right into WrestleMania here. Night one. The opening match was John Cena versus Austin Theory. Austin Theory. After there was a ref bump of some sort. Theory hit a low blow, hit A-Town down. 1, 2, 3. Austin Theory defeats John Cena in the opening match. Any thoughts or opinions on
right person won? Think about it.
Okay. I'm not arguing that. Okay. How do we do in that match?
All four of us got that match correct.
Okay. All right. Of course this is not in order, so I'm like trying to go.
I got the 6 women tag next.
Yeah. All right. So we'll just go there. That wasn't the next match, but we'll just go there because I have that too for the graphic here. All right. So we have Damage Control versus Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch, the tag team champions, by the way.
I just want to say,
yes,
how a bad bitch that
yes.
you have to be to pay tribute to yourself.
Yes. Yes. Yo. Yeah. Y'all know how I feel about Miss Trish Stratus.
Yes, Lord.
Right? The Stratus satisfied every single time.
Yes.
100% satisfied.
Trish looked great out there. I mean, just like in the match wise, not just like physically. Like she looked great out there.
She did.
But the match was what it was. It was cool. You know, nothing to really write home about. It's cool.
Oh, okay. Can I just say?
Uh-oh. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm not gonna be too critical, right?
Okay.
I'm not gonna be. No. I'm saving that for that showcase. Because
who won? Oh, I think I know which one. You're not talking about the one I was. Okay, that's coming up next. Okay.
Yes, please.
So, Lita, right?
Yes.
Y'all know, especially Mike knows, Lita has a special place in my heart.
Yes.
It was a little rough out there.
A little.
Nice.
All right, we'll be nice. She's a Hall of Famer and a legend. I'm gonna be nice.
And I love her so much.
Yeah.
She's not like the other one that just did nothing. Anyway.
There's a reason.
Fuck her. Anyway,
Water.
It was a little rough out there. I take her. She's not in the ring all the time. You know, her age is also a factor. I'm not gonna beat her up. Just like how I was very silent when it came to the 8-person tag match because y'all were doing a little too much with Ava.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this was her first match on TV. Relax. But anyway.
I didn't think Ava was bad. Like I that wasn't even something that like came to my mind. I didn't think she was bad.
I thought it was tough, but you know.
I didn't think it was bad. I mean,
no, I didn't.
Listen,
it's
awful. I know we're off NXT, but it's NXT, right? Like,
exactly.
Give them a chance. It's NXT. It's supposed to be developmental. Like give her a chance.
No, we
but
on Eric.
Wow, yikes.
But I'm not.
Yeah.
But seriously.
Oh, God.
It was overall. What was it overall? Oh, Lita.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lita. It's not much we can do here at this point, right?
Right.
And you know, as Ivory, not King V, as Ivory said, she's always like Gumby, and it's still funny to me because it's just like I didn't know what everybody was expecting. I don't know if you was expecting Lita to pull out a classic.
No,
she was never that girl to put out a technical classic. So
oh man! Shout out to everybody watching on video. Oh man, it's all right, B. We didn't hear anything.
Doggone this, be like, no, but seriously, it's I got exactly what I needed from everybody in that match. Now, yeah, people can feel how they feel about Bayley losing again and the Damage Control losing again, and I get it. I also feel the same way, but I don't know. I guess we'll get to that.
We can get to it now. We can get to it now.
Great. Where does Bailey go from here? Does Damage Control break up? Where are we going?
I think we might be done. We're gonna be done, honestly.
Define done, Mike.
I think Damage Control's finish. I mean, I guess EO and Dakota might still team together. Like, it seems like they're still gonna stick around. I don't know if Bailey's gonna stay with the group. I mean,
or with
think
the company.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
That's another part of it there. Another piece to the puzzle.
She better get the hell out of there.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like you said, Damage Control loses all the time. Like, and it's just like, okay, I think I know I picked Damage Control to win this match, and it looks like they did not. So I don't know. I don't know. So Knuckles, how did we do in that match?
We all picked Damage Control.
Yeah, well, because they've been losing all the time, and they got like destroyed the Monday before, like on the microphone. So you thought they was gonna get some type of revenge, but nope, the babyfaces won. All right, let's keep
coming too.
Say that again, Knuckles.
We kind of should have seen that coming.
Yeah. All right, let's see what's going on here. Oh, John's back. Welcome back, John. Do you think since WWE and UFC are going to be together because of Vince, do you think that some UFC will be scripted with Vince McMahon's creativity? No, I think they keep UFC and WWE separated in that sense, that they will not cross that line of scripting or predetermining the UFC. I don't think that would be a good look for UFC.
You will ruin the brand if you start scripting UFC.
You might ruin the sport at that point if you start, not just the brand, the sport. Good question though, but no, I don't think that will happen. Okay. Let's keep going here. This was actually the next match after Theory and Cena. All right, so the Fatal 4-Way tag team match. We had the Street Profits versus Ricochet and Braun Strowman versus Chad Gable and Otis versus the Viking Raiders. Thank you. Please. I love it. Y'all know how I feel about Chad Gable. Like, I was wrong. It looks like everybody else was right. I was wrong. I know I was wrong on that one.
You were.
Check the paper. Yeah. Check the documents.
Check the stats.
Okay. Well, I thought this was an entertaining match. I thought it was highly entertaining. I think it did what it needed to do. Do I think the Street Profits needed that win? Not particularly. I feel like they would have been fine just not taking a pinfall. And then they lost to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and we'll get there. But say it again, V.
Because of crackhead booking.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like, okay, well, they already lost to them, right? So it's like, how do you get them, back to a title contention if they already lost the night after WrestleMania? But
well,
no,
at least WWE did it.
No,
right,
I do not. I don't think Street Profits want to be constant. I think it's two completely different, or four. I guess four different, completely different characters.
Different era too.
Right. And you think Ryback was a Goldberg ripoff? That's why he didn't succeed in WWE.
I mean, they were awful. So.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Ryback didn't succeed. If you want a serious answer, I think a couple of things, right? They kind of booked themselves into a corner with Ryback. They had something with Ryback, and then that match with CM Punk, I believe. What was it? Hell in a Cell with CM Punk, where it's like, okay, it's for the title. You don't want to put the title on Ryback, but you don't want to have CM Punk lose. So what do you do? And they did what they did there, and Ryback, he lost, and then that was kind of it for Ryback at that point. But I think Ryback, I think they had something in Ryback. Not sure exactly what, but they had something in Ryback. Let's keep going here. The next match was Logan Paul and Seth Rollins. This was really good. I mean, again, Logan Paul is impressive. He just is. I like the spot where they had the what was his name? KS1? KSI? KRS1.
KRS1. That's not it.
What's his name? KSI? Is that his name?
KSI.
They had him underneath the energy drink gimmick, and then okay, is he our tribal chief? John says DJ Knuckles reminds me of him.
If I had his check,
right?
Golly.
No problem with you being ahead of the table. You had his check. All right. Let me say DJ Knuckles. What was I saying? Oh, Rollins, the spot with the frog splash and all that. Yes. I thought that was cool. Seth Rollins gets a win here after being knocked out by Logan Paul like every week. I thought this was really good. What'd you guys think?
I hate giving him things, right? He did really, really well.
Yeah, he did. He being Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Pronouns, pal. Knuckles.
I agree. I think it's a regular that we're gonna get a top rope spot from Logan Paul in every match now.
Yeah.
But having said that, the spot is always dope. It's always dope. Him and oh man, what's the guy's name? The other rapper.
What live, pal?
Yeah, I know. I can't think of his name. Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Him and Bad Bunny are two of the ones in recent memory that have crossed the line and came over to professional wrestling and were extremely successful. So yeah, Logan did great. Seth obviously did great. It was a good match in my opinion.
John says, which wrestler do you think had the total package, meaning good promo skills, great wrestling talent, and great overall ability? That's a tough question. There's a bunch of people I feel like had the total package. Doesn't necessarily mean they became world champion, but like, I mean, like right now
or all time. I mean, for me right now. Let me start with all time. For all time, for me, it's Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
And to the other, but moving forward, right now,
that one's tough. I agree with you, Eddie. Kurt Angle.
I'm doing current.
Oh,
so
yeah. No, I mean, I'm just thinking of people in general. Like, I feel like. Is he Kurt Angle, Chris Jericho?
Yeah. Okay, I was about to say, is he regulating just in WWE aspects or across the board?
Yeah, there's a ton of people that.
If it's across the board, I got to put MJF there.
Yeah, unfortunately,
MJF is a master on the mic. He's a good wrestler.
He is,
despite what IWC will say. He's a good wrestler. He's an asshole, but he's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
So
he's a little shithead, but yeah. He is a good wrestler.
The shithead is crazy.
It is.
But yeah, that's a loaded question. Like, cause I have to really think about that because there's a bunch of people. Okay, we was at Paul. Okay, so how do we do on Logan Paul and Rollins?
All of us had Rollins.
Okay. All right. Was this the next match? Okay, so they did the thing with Miz and Pat McAfee, which it's always nice to see Pat McAfee. I was sports entertained.
Oh,
We didn't pick it, but I was sports entertained.
Entertained.
Yeah, entertained. No, all right, nothing on that. Okay.
It was very much unnecessary in my opinion.
It was, but okay, and y'all know going to wrestling,
it's a filler.
You need
obviously.
a bathroom break, bro. Like you need.
Yeah.
I gotta go. I gotta go get my popcorn or my chicken tenders and fries, which is my usual go-to in the arena.
How old are you? 6?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Honey mustard, please.
Yeah. No, everybody knows that we got a whole podcast about what's the best arena food. It's definitely chicken tenders and fries. Because I done had some bad burgers. I done had some bad pizza. The best thing in an arena is chicken tenders and fries.
Nachos, man.
Well, no. And plus, I don't even like nachos.
Loaded nachos, man.
I don't like nachos, so
you got to have it. What did you say, V?
V?
Not a person, so can't really participate in that.
Not a cheese person, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have the cheese, you gotta have the sour cream, the jalapenos, you gotta have all of that.
Hold on, is Impact still considered TNA because it looked more popular back in the mid 2000s? Impact is different, I guess, in a sense. It's still all right. Impact's weird because it still has the TNA lineage, I guess, but it's technically a different company, but it does have the TNA lineage. I don't know exactly how to. It's okay if you ask them. Impact Wrestling is not TNA. TNA is no longer here. But if you ask anybody else,
Impact is TNA.
Impact, yeah, it's TNA 2023. You know,
it's kind of like when WWE changed their name. Same company, different name.
Right, and of course, Impact's run by different people now. Like Scott D'Amore runs it now, and it's different now. So it is a different company because it was called TNA Impact. Yes, they did have the TNA Impact show. It's confusing. It's confusing, but technically speaking, Impact is supposed to be, again, quote unquote, supposed to be a different company from TNA. Impact and TNA is supposed to be different, even though, yeah. Because if you look at the show now, it's called Impact Wrestling. That's what the television show is called, Impact Wrestling.
At one point, they still had the TNA World Heavyweight Title on TNA.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then they also had the Global Force Wrestling Championship that Jeff Jarrett tried to start back there. It was a lot going on. Ray versus Dominic, which I don't have the graphic for right now, but Ray versus Dominic. There it is. It's like Kevin Dunn magic here. So I like the entrances here. I just want to point out.
Oh Lord have mercy.
I love Condom, ex-Condom coming out. Condom is crazy, but yeah, I like ex-Condom coming out in handcuffs and all of that, and that was cool. And then Ray.
Did you hear the whole dust up about that? About Dominic's thing?
No.
So apparently during that that video right before the whatever the transport vehicle came in.
Yeah.
Apparently they showed I don't know if it was specifically Holocaust stuff or it was.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Somebody did not do their Googles. They didn't do their research.
There was a graphic that flashed during that thing, and it was just
pictures of Auschwitz.
Yeah,
not really,
Auschwitz. That's it.
You don't see bodies or anything. It's just some of the cells that. Yeah, I was just oof. Nobody does research anymore.
Right. Yeah, nobody checked that one out.
Right, exactly. But yeah,
And he's getting fired. Hey.
Have any of you three ever met or took pictures with your favorite WWE stars? Yes.
Absolutely.
My whole phone is like full of pictures with
who's yours, Mike? I got one in particular.
My favorite that I have a picture with, or my favorite that I want to take a picture with?
Your favorite, just you had an interaction with.
My favorite interaction. My favorite interaction might be
his question was picture though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. My favorite interaction. Believe it or not, and I'll just briefly say, it was Kofi Kingston. I'm trying to think when it was before he was WWE champion though, but that was probably the best interaction I've had with a like Kofi's so cool. Like in person, he's just a down to earth type of guy. Like I'm trying to think who else, but it's probably my favorite's probably Kofi. I met Kofi back in 2017, downtown Brooklyn. Probably one. I wonder if I can get that up there. But Kofi, Alexa Bliss was cool too. Alexa Bliss was really nice. Funny thing about Alexa Bliss, so security, because they was like outside of like a hotel or whatever, and they had a bunch of people, and I was like passing by. I didn't even know that like they were staying there. But then you see this group of people over by the hotel, so I'm like, naturally, I'm like, what's going on? And then I figure out, oh, okay, that's why the talent just got there, right? So, and fans are going like, fans are very invasive, and it's, I'm gonna tell you a person that like I don't want to like bother anybody or anything like that, but I saw Alexa Bliss across the street, right? She wasn't like at the hotel; she was literally getting out like an Uber or something like that, like across the street. And nobody noticed it was her, and this was like fresh off of NXT. Like she might have just got to the main roster. Like she wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like she wasn't the Alexa Bliss everybody knows now, like 5-time women's champion and all that. Like she was still, I think she might still have been down at NXT, like working both or whatever. But anyway, long story short, I went across the street, and then once people started realizing it was her, they started running across the street, and security is like WWE security is out there, and they're trying to like back everybody up, right? And she being Alexa told security, and I heard because I was standing like 5 feet away from her, no, I'm going to take everybody's picture. I will go in when I'm ready. And I'm like, wow, like she literally sat there or stood there and took everybody's picture, mine included. So Alexa Bliss is just super nice, like in person, like just super cool. And then she actually bumped my shoulder backstage at WrestleMania. That's a whole nother story that I will get to a whole nother time. But she ran past me backstage at WrestleMania. Why I was at backstage at WrestleMania, I will tell that story another time. But that was
I remember because I was there.
Yeah. Ah, there it is. There it is. I'm gonna come out with a t-shirt that says that. Right. John has other questions. Okay. What was your favorite WWE WrestleMania pyro and theme? Mine was WrestleMania 23. Pyro? I love pyro.
Mine was
I like pyro. I can't remember all of them though, but I do like pyro.
Mine was
WrestleMania theme. It gotta be 17. Like,
is that the one that was in
Highway? Come on.
Yeah.
That whole thing with Rock and Austin. Oh my god. Right. I think that might be the best theme song for WrestleMania. Yeah, go ahead, Knuckles.
No, I was also thinking about the one that was in Seattle.
Yeah, that was 19.
19?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but 17.
I remember it in my head. What was that? Was it Saliva?
I think so.
Yeah, it was Saliva.
Okay. Yeah, they had some pretty cool like themes like back then. Like it was like really cool. Now it's like we get the weekend every year. Which we get the weekend every year. Do you think John Cena looks like Jim Carrey? They have the same initials, JC. Huh. I could see the resemblance.
That was my fan interaction guy for John Cena.
Was John? You met John?
Yes, I met him.
Wow, that's pretty cool. This
was he had just dropped the United States title and was facing JBL at that WrestleMania.
Oh, okay, that was
2022. Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah, I think 22.
Yeah, and they ran a show here in town, and a bunch of us guys just went to Denny's and was eating, and who do we see walk in the door? That guy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he came in, just chopped it up with us and everything, so it was cool.
V, do you have one you want to share or no?
No, because I haven't gotten the chance. You know who I want to meet.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. And you met Swole.
yeah, Swole too.
Oh man, Willow says she liked my hair.
Yes.
And honestly, for us to both have purple hair, different shades, but she liked my hair and I liked hers. Whew, I stand that day. And Swole, I love Swole. She's so sweet.
She is.
Yeah.
Love you, Swole. All right. John also says I think Alexa Bliss's theme is pretty cool. I think her original theme was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the goddess theme.
Yeah. Her normal theme. Yes. I also like Matt Riddle's theme song. I like the old one. I don't like the new one. I like the old one. All right, let's keep going here. Love the questions though. Gotta keep going. Where were we at? Ray and Dom. Okay, so how are we doing that? I think I sucked. How do we?
All of us. This night one, all of us.
Yeah, night one
was rough.
Might have been a drizzle.
Abysmal.
Yeah.
Abysmal was crazy.
Abysmal is crazy. All right. Well, okay, we all sucked on that one. All right, cool. Let's keep going here. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. What a match! I'm gonna put the graphic up for that one. What a match!
Yeah.
What can you say about this? That hasn't been said. Those two killed it. They tore the house down.
Yeah.
Everything you would want out of a WrestleMania main event or semi-main event in their case here. Wow. And they could have main evented. Either the match that main evented or that match either it was interchangeable. Either match could have main evented that night. Now, obviously the main event had more story, had more emotion, but just work rate wise, Rhea and Charlotte killed it. And I feel like this is what Rhea needed. She needed to have one of these type of matches because I feel like too many times Rhea has been in a big match, and it wasn't great. Like the match with Asuka last year they weren't phenomenal.
It was a little rough.
Yeah, even the match she had with Bayley on TV a few weeks ago wasn't that great either. So I think Rhea needed this more so than Charlotte, and I think the right person won, and I enjoyed this match. I love this match.
And there was a sense of pride. There was a sense of pride after that match because it was obvious, and Charlotte didn't try to hide it. She just looked up and smiled at her and was like,
"That's what I was talking about when V alluded to Roxy earlier." Yeah. She looked up, she smiled, she kind of clapped. Like you could tell she was actually genuinely happy, not just for Rhea, but for the match they had. She went back there. Follow that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the best thing, to be able to do. V.
The right person won. Congratulations to Rhea. the timeline got very, very moist when we won.
All right.
Not moist.
What are we doing?
Like, I get it. You know, I almost told myself.
Oh,
I get it, y'all, but just like relax, everybody. But I'm very happy
Yes,
for you.
John.
Charlotte did her
I'm
thing.
sorry.
Oh
Yes,
no,
John.
that's it.
Yeah. All right. Knuckles.
excuse me. Yeah, it was a banger, man, and the whole hoopla about before WrestleMania come out how we were hoping that Charlotte and Rhea didn't main event because we all wanted Sammy and Kevin to main event. Like you said, Mike, either one of those matches could have been the main event, and it would have not disappointed at all. I would have been disappointed either way. But I'm happy for Rhea, and she deserves this.
Yeah, not only does she deserve it, she earned it, and that's the important thing. She
man, when she got her German suplex Charlotte on her face,
yeah, oh man,
woo.
Yeah,
I said, bruh, Dr. Miami of the face.
Not Dr. Miami.
Oh
man,
work done.
I'm out.
Knuckles, they're going to DR now. But yeah, all right.
See, I'm staying now.
All right. So then we had the main event. Let's get right to it. Oh, we all got that one right. Rhea winning against Charlotte. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
main event: Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus the Usos. What an emotional match. It's one of those matches that you literally build towards for almost a year, and the payoff winds up being you built towards it. I was trying to stay in character. You built towards it for a year, and the payoff actually matters, and it means something. And for Jey Uso to be taking the pin from Sammy,
theater.
Right? Exactly.
What is it, V? What is it, V?
Theater.
There it is.
Booker.
Oh no, not King Booker. King Booker. Oh man. Yeah, I love this match too. I night one. Whew. V.
I'm gonna say this. I like night one better than night two.
Most people did.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give night one a near fall.
Oh wait. Oh, okay. Wait.
Oh shit. Oh hi.
Yeah.
Oh, the match was great. Yeah. Hey. Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Yes, I am.
Him.
All right. So
no, the match was good. Seriously.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. Near fall all around. I'm giving it a near fall as well. So that was night one.
Did Knuckles give his review?
Did what now?
Did you give your
on the match?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was great. It had layers. Was it Sam? Was it Sammy that kicked out of the 1D? Or was it Kevin?
Yes.
It was Sammy.
Or Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy kicking out of the 1D, multiple stunners. It was just the beat down Sammy got. Storytelling. Just storytelling all over the place. Yeah, don't look forward to anything like this in the near future, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, I liked it. And as far as standings are concerned, after night one, it's a barn burner. It's close.
Okay. Well, we'll just we'll keep going. Okay. I'll post John's first comment here. Second one, don't know. All right. Do you think Brock Lesnar's UFC gimmick is boring because he was better back in 2002, 2003 because he would actually wrestle, not just do suplexes like right now? So Brock is a really smart business person, and Brock understands that he doesn't need to go out there and do a million moves like he was in 2002 and 2003. He can go out there, take people to Suplex City, give an F5, and the crowd will eat it up every time. And he doesn't need to be out there for 15, 20 minutes, to wrestle anymore. He goes out there, it's fast paced, it's action start to finish, and that's what Brock is good at right now. That's what is making him millions of dollars. Brock's not gonna go out there and give you 15 to 20 minutes anymore. He doesn't need to.
Special attraction.
Exactly. So do I think he's boring? No, I don't think Brock is boring. I think Brock is he just knows that it makes no sense for him to go out there and wrestle for 20 minutes, giving you guys shooting star presses and all kind of other stuff,
Never again.
Yeah.
2 moves of doom.
And it's been working for the last 10 years.
Exactly.
All right. We gotta get to night 2, and then I need rest. All right.
Same.
So night two opened with Brock. Speaking of Brock Lesnar, Segway City opened up with Brock versus Omos. He gave us 4 minutes. Okay. Gave us 4 minutes and said, I am going home as quick, not home, but I'm getting out of here as quickly as humanly possible. Brock, he lets Omos get some offense in, right? Brock hits Omos with a F5, and that's the match.
Yep.
I had no problem with this because this went exactly how I thought it would.
Yeah.
Exactly how I thought it would. How did we do in those predictions?
Me and Mike got that correct.
Okay. All right. So, let's go to the second match here. Oh.
Yes.
Ooh. Oh man, we have fella Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre versus the Intercontinental Champion Gunther. Oh my goodness. That's all I can say about this. Oh my goodness.
Right.
These three boys killed it. They went out there and killed it. Hold on. Omos has been looking pretty bad. He's been losing a lot. He lost to Bobby, then Brock. Because to be honest with you, Omos, I like Omos, but he's just not getting over with the crowd, and it's just I don't know. I don't know what you do with Omos at this point. They're trying to rebuild him now by having him win enhancement talent matches against Elias, because Elias is enhancement talent now at this point. But unfortunately, because I think Elias is really talented, but it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Omos, he's that giant heel that you could put in there with the baby face. And the baby face can get a big win over this giant. Like that. That's what I feel like Omos's role is at this point. But yeah, we can continue though if you guys don't have anything to add about that. Intercontinental Championship triple threat match. This was a barn burner. Okay, slobber knock, if you will.
If you will.
Yeah, business picked up. Okay. There was mud hole stomping. Okay, there was chest clap. Yeah, let's go, JR references.
Scuffle.
Yeah. I love this match. this might have been one of the best intercontinental title matches in WrestleMania history. Like, it was that good. I thought this might have been the best match of night too. Might have been. The main event for a different reason. We'll get there, but I think as far as like this match, yeah, I feel like this was really, really solid. What do you guys have to say?
Yeah, I was wrong. Of course, it's fine. But my chest hurts.
Oh, all right. Knuckles.
Listen. I sat there and watched it. I couldn't watch it live, so I watched the replay at work.
Yeah.
And in my office, it's like high ceiling, so everything echoes. And those chops just sounded like somebody had just emptied the clip in my office.
Yeah.
It was like I couldn't imagine myself. Like, I don't have words for it. And it wasn't just the chop fest they did it. It was every aspect of that match. That was just unbelievable. I will say that this match topped Sheamus and Gunther from earlier last year.
In country redacted.
Yeah. And I will say that. I'm kind of thinking, and you guys.
Shout out to the simple man. No, sorry, Knuckles. Noah Foster. That's where I got it from. I can't take too much credit for that. But yeah, go ahead, Knuckles. Sorry.
You guys, let me think. Let me know what you think. If Sheamus didn't win it now, I don't think so.
Unfortunately, no. And
it's unfortunate because that's the only title he needs to win the Grand Slam. And, you know, and Sheamus is a talent that's been on our screen for years, and I think he deserves that accolade.
Yeah.
But if he didn't get it at WrestleMania, I don't think he's going to get it, and that's just unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay, I'll answer that. Well, we'll answer that in a few. I'll keep that there. All right. How do we do in this match?
You all got it wrong.
We all got it wrong. Wow.
Yes.
We suck. All right. Let's keep going here.
Oh my god.
We had a women's 4-way tag team match.
Ooh,
I'm not even talking.
I mean, listen, everybody knows that everybody should have known that any match that Ronda Rousey is in this type of capacity, she's gonna win. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler won the match. Where did Knuckles go? Knuckles?
I'm not talking.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
I'm not talking. All right. Well,
because V's gonna say it all.
This match was what it was. Like, it wasn't meant to be a 5-star classic. It was what it was. And then, honestly, I know what V's gonna say. Ronda got in there and did nothing. It's because she's still injured. That's why she went in there and did nothing.
Well, then why would you put her monkey ass in the match?
Because they want Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. That's why.
No, okay. Because wait, say that again. Say that again, Mike.
Wanted Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. Well, they wanted her competing at WrestleMania in one way, shape, or form.
Okay, number one, you wanted her to compete at WrestleMania. Yes. Number one, you risk her getting re-injured. Number two, you sit there and like the whole. I get it, she's injured, but at least have Shayna do something more than she did.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, what the hell was the point of the match when you got Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, who lost the match at WrestleMania, competing for the tag titles on Raw?
Filler. And it's probably because Shayna and Ronda's not
heavy drugs.
It's probably because Ronda's still injured, so they don't want to do the tag team match right now. So they're gonna do Liv and Raquel versus Lita and Trish. I mean, that is not the tag team champions. Lita and Becky.
Wow,
Maybe it's wishful thinking. Yeah. What year we in? Lita and Becky.
Well, if she's still injured, then keep her goofy ass off TV and let her get ready. Let her get better.
Man, that was I really pointless. Don't like Ronda around here, do you? It's fine.
It was pointless, Mike.
I agree. It was a filler match. Like it literally did nothing for anybody. It was literally just to get all the girls on television.
Over here.
The Miz and Snoop Dogg was better than that match.
Well, all right. I guess we could just cover that. So Shane gets injured during a leapfrog. And hold on, guys, because injuries obviously is a serious thing. It's not funny, right? So like I'm gonna say this, right? Joakim, who we love and respect and was on the show, literally said on this very show that you can get hurt just running the ropes. You can get injured doing anything, and as soon as you step in that ring, you're putting your body on the line. Shane got hurt doing one of the most basic moves that you could think of, right? That you learn like in the first week of wrestling school. That's why I say that the risk of injury is very real. This is a very real business, and you can get hurt doing anything. You know, towards quad, doing a leapfrog. A leapfrog. I've done leapfrogs in my bedroom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he literally tore his quad doing a leapfrog.
Then he tried to get up looking like a baby deer trying to walk around.
Yeah. Because think about it, your adrenaline's pumping. Think about it. Your adrenaline's pumping, right? He probably didn't realize that he just tore his quad. I'm fighting through it. He probably didn't realize that he just tore his quad. So when he tried to get up, he fell right back down. And Miz doesn't know what's going on. So now Miz is in a position where it's like, all right, what do I do? I think they did the best they could with the situation that they had. They thought quickly on their feet. They had Snoop go in there, give Miz 2 punches or whatever, and then the worst people's elbow that you're ever gonna see. But it made for entertaining television. It made for really entertaining television. And you know it's bad, and I'm too close to the wrestling business when I'm like, okay, he's running the ropes bad. Like that is definitely not how you run the ropes. Like
there was no bounce back.
He literally could hurt himself. I was like, I'm thinking he literally could hurt himself. That is not how you run the ropes. Like
I was like on the floor laughing. I was like, this is how I looked the first time I ran the ropes.
But Snoop tried to save this segment. It was what it was. I was entertained. I felt bad for Shane McMahon, but I was entertained.
Obviously, this was the backup plan. That was already put in place because you could clearly hear and you know, no discredit to her. I can't think of the female referee that was in the
Jessica Carr.
Jessica Carr. You can clearly hear her say, "Snoop, people's elbow."
Yeah, and
she said it like 3 times.
Because Snoop didn't know what was going on. Like he's probably high. He didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you want me to hit the doggy elbow?
Not the doggy elbow.
The doggy elbow is crazy. The doggy elbow is crazy.
The doggy elbow.
Yeah. That it was what it was. All right.
It's the
the girls were mad.
Yes,
the girls were fighting.
I'm on my own. All right. Yeah.
Ooh.
If you'd like to take this away, you can.
So the doll baby, known as Bianca Belair.
Wait, hold on. How are we doing the last predictions? My fault for the fatal 4-way.
Oh, for the women?
Yeah.
We all had Ronda and Shayna.
Okay. All right, please, V, continue.
So the doll baby, known as Bianca Belair, retains. Really quick about her entrance.
Oh my goodness.
It was the cutest thing. I was like, oh,
Yes.
I want kids. Because, oh my god, you better contort, niece. Contort.
Listen! Yes, flexibility.
You better contort. It's crazy.
Actually, that young lady, that baby, her mother passed away that very same day.
Yeah.
And love and condolences to her for her to perform. I can't imagine. I hope WWE at least helps out with funeral arrangements and stuff like that. But the Divas of Compton, I hope I got that correct.
Yes.
They were all so cute. They were so adorable. The little girl, I sat there and I was like, this is so cute. I'm glad, this current generation of black female wrestling fans can get that representation that they rarely got, right? And it was just so sweet. And Bianca does go above and beyond to celebrate her blackness and to celebrate black culture and things of that nature. And that's one thing I can definitely, besides her athletic ability and her talent, the way that she shows up for her people is really admirable.
Yep.
But to the match. The match was really good. Bianca retains. Y'all were pissed.
We were confused. We were a little confused. A tad.
I wasn't pissed.
I wasn't pissed. I was just a little confused.
I had a feeling. I got a feeling. I had a feeling that they were going to do that. Only because she would have hit that 1 year reign. And, stupid me, I didn't really think about that until somebody put it up on Twitter. I was like, oh shit, she'll be a champ for a full year.
Yeah.
They probably would give her the accolade.
Yeah.
And they did, shit.
Yeah. Knuckles?
V summed it up quite eloquently. It was a great match. Both of these women's championship matches at WrestleMania were absolutely amazing. I will give the edge to Charlotte and Rhea, but Bianca and Asuka went out there and put on a show. The ducking of the mist. Yes. The ducking of the mist was crazy. Because it wasn't put into storyline. It was always like, oh, you just saw it dripping out of Asuka's mouth. You never really actually saw her try to use it in storyline.
Yeah.
So when she did use it, Bianca ducking, and excuse me, and finally hitting the KOD for the win. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great match.
Agreed. Bianca's still champion. How did we do on that?
Well,
always bet on black. This guy.
Wow. Well, did you look at that? Okay. All right. It's not looking good for me. All right. Oh boy. Oh man. Oh, Finn Balor took a hard shot with a ladder, busted him wide open. Okay. Great Hell in a Cell match. I just want to say when WWE takes time to stop the match because of blood, it does kind of take me out. I know, listen, I'm around wrestlers all the time. I can respect and appreciate the fact that WWE takes care of their talent and they will make sure that they clean you up right then and there, make sure that you're good. However, space. Thanks, B. I do feel like, especially a match like this, it takes me out when you stop the match because somebody is bleeding. I think I think that did kind of lower it for me. And yes, I did see the picture of Finn after the match. I know he had to get staples. Like, it was pretty bad. It was, and you couldn't really tell at first because of the face paint and everything. Like, you couldn't really tell how bad it was. You just saw the blood on the mat.
It was at the top of his head. It wasn't
Ooh,
at the top of his head. It was at the top.
Okay, so in that situation, I can understand them stopping the match, okay, to make sure that Finn his safety is first. That I can understand. Just in general, though, when WWE does this, and it's not just with, I'm not just speaking on this match, when WWE stops matches because somebody's bleeding or something like that, like, it really does, it takes me out of it. It does. It because, and I know the wrestlers themselves, there was actually a match, speaking of Finn, there was a match between Finn and Samoa Joe back at NXT where Joe was getting upset because they were like, he was like busted open, but it was like on his forehead. Like, you know, like, and Joe's just like, I can go, I'm fine. Like, you know, no, we have to clean you up. And they're literally taking time to try to stop the bleeding during this feud, you know, during this match. So, like, in those situations, it does kind of take me out, but I can understand why in the Finn Balor Edge match, they did stop to make sure that that Finn was okay. And I can understand that. Guys?
Yeah, great match. I'm upset we didn't get the Brood theme, but I'll be okay.
Yeah. We didn't get the Brood thing. We didn't get Christian. We didn't get Gangrel.
Well, I knew we weren't getting that, but...
Well, Gangrel's a free agent, and apparently Christian had the blessing. We could have got it. But, yeah. How do we do in that one? I sucked. I think y'all both got that right.
Nope.
Oh. Okay. Maybe our luck could change here. Let's see.
I only got one left.
Oh, so then no, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Y'all get the good thing ready right now. Whoa. For the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Cody did the JOB on the PLE at WrestleMania.
Wow.
In front of Brandy, in front of his baby, in front of the Green Arrow. Okay. Stephen Amell.
Screaming.
What a shocker here. Although, like I said, was it really that much of a shocker? And I remember me and Knuckles actually was talking about this a few weeks back. And I know V, you watched it as well, where I was saying because they're making it painfully obvious that Cody's going to win the title, is he really going to win the title? I'm like, that really kind of makes me doubt that he's going to win the title. Nonetheless, I still went with what I thought was the safe pick in Cody Rhodes. But no, we the ones. Bloodline is still world champion, you know, because Roman has it. So, this was an awesome main event. Cody showed that he deserved to be in the main event at WrestleMania.
Yeah, Ray.
What happened, Knuckles?
I said, yeah, Ray.
Yeah, Ray. Yeah. I hope Cody proved his detractors and doubters wrong with this match because I think Cody proved that he belonged there. And then obviously the next night on Raw, Brock Lesnar destroyed Cody, turned heel, destroyed Cody. So it looks like we're getting Brock Cody, and we're moving forward with that. What do you guys have to say about this? Your takes on it real quick, and we'll wrap up WrestleMania.
Just want to say that I was right.
Okay.
That is
all right.
correct.
Yeah.
All right. And with that said, first off, what do you rate WrestleMania? And remember, we have to rate it as a whole, not just night 1 and night 2. We have to rate it as a whole.
Oh, so we're doing it as a whole.
Yes. because it is WrestleMania. Like, so as a whole.
Shit. 2 count.
Ooh.
Oh, there it is. Knuckles.
Wow. Rhea Ripley, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Sheamus match, Bianca's match.
Yeah. Talk about it.
The main event.
Yep. Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell. Dominic and Ray.
Yeah. I love Bad Bunny's involvement also. I just wanted to point that out. And it looks like we're getting a tag team match, Bad Bunny and Damian Priest. I mean, Bad Bunny and Rey Mysterio versus Priest and Dominic in Puerto Rico.
Right.
Because we're probably not going to cover Raw. That's the extent of Raw right now. Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a near fall. I would give it a 3 count, but the absolute diabolical no need Ronda Rousey ruined that for me. So
I'm rolling. I'm giving it a near full as well. Raw was a 1 count for me.
Raw was fucking awful. Yeah. I wonder why.
Right.
So the sexual predator is back.
I mean, did he really leave? Knuckles, how do we do on who's prediction champion? Give it to us.
I give it to you, but first I want to say history was made. This is the first time in the history of predictions that Mike EQ went below 500 in both predictions.
Damn.
I sucked.
Happy about that.
I'm sure you guys are. Don't worry, I'll be back.
Hey,
Backlash is in a few weeks.
Yeah, okay. All right. Whatever. Moving on.
What a dick.
Yeah, ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Shush, please.
Shush, please. So yeah, by hook or by crook, and I told you I was gonna do it. So let me reach over here in King V's living room and grab, because with a 9-4 record, I reclaim my Go for the Pin predictions championship.
Hold on to that predictions championship tight, because I don't know how much longer you're gonna have it, sir.
Yep. I love it when a plan comes together.
Hold on to that predictions championship tight, because I don't know how much longer you're gonna have it, sir.
See, I told you you didn't have nothing to worry about.
My promo, my count, my comments still count and still apply. So
every now and then, when mom and dad get busy, you have to take the baby to a babysitter. So that's what we did.
So I was at AEW this past week, real quick. And let me just tell y'all, okay.
3 count. Yeah, we know.
What do you know?
You gave it a 3 count. You know.
No.
Really?
And honestly, I give it a near full. So no, I want to just quickly talk about the horrible experience I had getting through to my seats. Okay, so first of all, when we got there, they had a production change, right? So my tickets weren't, they have the electronic tickets now. There's no paper tickets. So my tickets weren't scanning. I'm like, all right, like what's going on here? And I got my tickets from Ticketmaster, not like, a third party site or, you know what I'm saying? Like I got it directly from Ticketmaster, right? So they were legit. Pal. I get there, they direct me to the box office. I'm like, why am I standing on this line? Right? I get to the front of the line, and the guy behind the desk says, what seems to be the problem? I'm like, my tickets aren't scanning, pal. And he said, you wait just a minute, buddy. Right? In a very condescending voice, by the way. He goes to this envelope. I thought it was the same envelope that Abraham Khan gave to O'Shea, but it wasn't. Okay, I thought I was gonna be rich, pal. This envelope was 3 tickets because they had a last minute production change. AEW never told anybody. So I got there and it was a little bit of an issue. I never had that issue with WWE. I never had that issue with AEW either in the past. Right. So that was a little frustrating. Wound up missing Summer Dark because we were too busy at the box office trying to figure out this ticket situation. So they had to actually print us out paper tickets because we were now one section over. But anyway, once we got inside, everything was cool. Very interesting. They did a show with no Elite, okay, no Jade Cargill. Chris Jericho never appeared for the live crowd. Adam Cole never appeared for the live crowd. I'm trying to think who else was there. MJF is over like Rover. I mean, I wasn't even sure. I'll even say this, right? He won over somebody that I didn't even think he was gonna win over, and I'll leave it at that. She knows who she is. So, and I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. Should I be worried?
Oh my god.
But yeah. Anyway, because of the performance, like that was something. MJF Day was something. I give him that. That was definitely entertaining. The Acclaimed was over big time. FTR won. The building erupted. The roof felt like it was gonna come off. I don't know how it came off on television, but the roof came off in the building.
Yeah. It was loud.
And I mean, and I'll say this also quickly, and I'll end it on this. So they taped the Ring of Honor after AEW went up there. Bad idea. Real bad idea. I actually posted a picture of friend to the show, Willow, wrestling, and you can see it's like empty behind her, almost like it was. When I say that most of the people left after Dynamite, and this is the thing that I don't like that Tony does. They will keep you in that building for 2 hours after Dynamite ends. And I'm just like, bro, it's 12 o'clock in the morning. I felt like I was at WrestleMania 35 all over again. Like, no, because they start the show at 7, right? Because Dynamite airs at 8. They do Dark at 7, right? So they start the show from 7. There is no reason why your weekly television taping is from 7 o'clock to 12:15 a.m. No reason whatsoever. Absolutely not. Even when WWE does a dark match for Raw, they have you out of there by like 11:25, 11:30 max. And that's pushing it because usually their dark match is like one dark match and it's like 10 minutes if that. With entrances, 10 minutes if that. But every time AEW's in New York, Grand Slam was even worse. Grand Slam, I didn't get out of that building until like almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wow.
Bruh, it's Thursday morning. I have to work. Nonetheless, the talent put on a great show. Okay. Everybody worked really hard. I was disappointed that there was no Jade Cargill appearing in front of the live audience. And it made me even more upset because I'm like, maybe she's not here. But she was there because she was hanging out with the wrestling club backstage. So she was there. Kenny Omega, same thing. Didn't come out to save Hangman Adam Page, but he was there because he was hanging out with the wrestling club backstage. So, but nonetheless, I thought it was a great show. I thought it was a great Dynamite. Not at the level of the other New York shows, but I thought it was a great Dynamite. Okay. Yeah, we'll wrap it up. You guys, I know you're barely holding on. Knuckles, thank you for fighting through here. I know you weren't feeling well, but you had to defend your championship here. V, please take us home. Unless you have to say what you had to say about Vicky Guerrero.
Oh. Oof. ironically enough, April was Sexual Assault Awareness Month, right? So we're just gonna go ahead and just give out that trigger warning right now. I will be talking about sexual assault, not in detail, but I will be talking about it. So Sherilyn Goodell recently went on, I believe, TikTok. I believe it was TikTok, and revealed that she was sexually assaulted. Right?
Yep.
Not sexually assaulted by anybody. Like she didn't know it was her stepfather,
Right.
his husband, and Vicky responded. I'm not gonna read the whole thing because it's really gross to read. Physically, I've been dealing with your mental health issues since you were, what, 10, 12, whatever. I'm going to sue you by the time I'm finished. We're not going to be related anymore. And I'm just like, girl, what the fuck? You can't unrelate yourself to your daughter, you dumb, dickheaded ass bitch. For you to say that you were drunk, right? Remember, everyone, if you're drunk, you cannot consent to sex. Reminder. For you to side with the man accused of assaulting your daughter and then blame it on her mental health issues, and we may not know what's going on inside of her head, but she did lose her dad at a very young age. That really affects. But for you to really sit there and dog your daughter out over a man that's built like the Michelin Man
Yikes.
is really disgusting. Like, what kind of mother are you? What kind of woman are you? What kind of person are you? You should completely, utterly be disgusted with yourself.
Yeah.
You victim blamed your daughter, and then you couldn't even take her side, or you could even you really blame your daughter for being sexually assaulted by your husband. And we can talk about women who do go directly against their own best interests all day, Republican white women. And reading it was really disgusting. You didn't even give your daughter the benefit of the doubt. And you can say, oh, she could be lying, blah, 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 when statistically, the people that do come forward between, if last time I checked, is between 4 and 7% may not be telling the truth. That means 93% of the time, whoever is accusing someone is not lying. And for you to do that to your own child, I just don't understand what kind of M&Ms you have in your head to deceive your child. Your child. That is your child. Your child is telling you, your husband did this to me. And you're gonna say that's not him? Like, what? You are the worst kind of person. And I'm disgusted. And it's fuck Vicky Guerrero for life. How are you a self-hating Mexican? Moving forward, fuck Vicky.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Oh, be taking us home. With that being said and understood.
Wait, because we never answered John's question. Give me a second. Even though he's not here, if he's watching the replay. Do you all agree that WWE titles look like world titles? I think look like heavyweight titles is what he's saying. The women's title, United States Championship, Intercontinental Championship look better in the mid 2000s because the titles looked like boxing championships. I think he's trying to say, do they look better now, or did they look better back then? And more words than none.
Can't go wrong with the winged eagles. You can't go wrong with the classic Intercontinental. Yeah. That WCW United States title, I was in love with it. I actually have it. So yeah, I tend to agree with him. The titles back in the day do look better than the ones now, in my opinion.
All right, V, take us home.
Thank you for listening and or watching Go for the Pin. You can find us on the YouTube. You type in Go for the Pin. You see this big ass head or whatever. If I'm here, we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you, whatever. You can follow the show at Go for the Pin Show on Twitter and Go for the Pin _show. On Instagram, you can follow Mike at DJ Mike EQ on Twitter and Mike _EQ on Instagram. You can follow DJ Knuckles at JPS Music 15 on Twitter and DJ Knuckles on Instagram. You can follow me at King V _ the ruler on Instagram and _ Watch My Throne on Twitter.
Follow at Joakim Morales on everything. Follow Battle Club Pro at Battle Club Pro on everything. Follow the Fallout at the Fallout. I think it's at the Fallout on Twitter. On Instagram, I think there's an _ there. So let me just make sure before I give you the wrong information. Yes, it's the Fallout _101. Thank you to Joakim Morales for being on the show. We appreciate you so much. First time of the year Joakim's been on the show, so make sure you get your tickets for WCW 3. Goes down next Wednesday, April 12th. Headline by Marsha Slamovich. She's taking on Sumi Sakai. Also Janai Kai is on the show as well, on the card as well, facing Mayu. And then you also get tickets to Annie Up once you get tickets to that. My pops wants everybody to know he said hello as we get out. We will see you guys next week. Again, if you're in Brooklyn, I'll see y'all on the 12th, 185 Ellery Street, Brooklyn, New York. Showtime is at 7. If you're coming to the Jessica Havoc seminar, that will be at 4:30, I believe. 4:30 if you're coming to the seminar. It is open to wrestlers that's training, wrestlers that's already established, referees, anybody that's training in a business. I believe it is open to you guys. $20 a ticket. So I'll see you guys next week. And that's it. That's all. Thanks for joining us for Go for the Pin. Good night, everybody. Peace. Word life. This is basic.